Answers it. Well, absolutely. We know we have that chance for a wintry mix overnight tonight, even into early in the morning on Thursday. But exactly what types of precipitation are inside of a wintry mix? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's talk about it. We'll talk about rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow today. First, let's start with what starts and forms in warm weather. That's air that's warmer than 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, our rain forms in the clouds as liquid, stays fully above that freezing mark, and falls to the ground also as liquid. But let's look at freezing rain. The formation process is the same. It forms in the cloud as liquid and falls close to the ground. When it gets very close to the surface, it impacts water that is below the freezing mark. And this forces our rain to become something called supercooled, which means it remains looking like a liquid and as a liquid, but immediately when it hits the ground, it turns to immediate ice and forms a glaze. Now let's talk about snow. Of course, we all know that one too. It forms as ice in the cloud, falls through air colder than freezing all the way to the surface and then lands. Now sleet forms as ice in a cloud and then goes through a very small patch of warm air that causes it to slightly melt. But right on the bottom side of that, as it's moving towards the surface, it refreezes back to ice. So what we end up with is a partially melted ice droplet that bounces when it hits the ground. Well, those are your types of wintry precipitation that could form a wintry mix, and that's all for Anello Answers It this week. And if you have a weather question, be sure to email it to me at gnello@waytv.com because I would just love to hear from you.